welcome back to the Castle Doctrine. And following several attempts on the house, including one successful one since the last video, I have decided I'm going to move my vault over here just past this trap. This is probably one of the more complicated of the traps so far, so putting my vault behind that one seems like the best defense. We have had some shenanigans, including one person who I moved my vault back down here after the almost successful attempt by one of my viewers, and followed by a successful attempt. I decided to move it back down here, and then again, someone who knew exactly what to do came through, completed the trap all the way down here, and then locked themselves in with Yola and died. So it's clear that my trap needs something new. It desperately needs to have a big old new trap system, something novel that no one will have seen, because right now my safe is not safe. So I've moved my vault over there, and I'm just about to test this system. Now, this will be the first time that I've actually tested the system with the powered trapdoors here. So I thought I'd bring you back. Should the worst come to worst and I die, well, then you will be witness to my folly. So here we go. Let us hope that I don't perish. We don't need to bother about that part of the trap. We're not going down there. So we come up here, up and around. Now we need to come at this from the right, so that Honey runs to the right and ensures our survival. And down here, we've locked Yanto behind us. Here's the moment of truth, everyone. Am I going to die? No! Haha! I'm still alive! Ah, glorious. There we go. Now that, in and of itself, isn't a great trap, because if someone is in that position, they've been led to that part of the trap, and they have nowhere else to go, well, they'll still just try to walk forward, and they may discover that it was a walk of faith. So we'll have to change that up. But for now, I'm going to let the house try and accrue a couple more kills before I go through all of the videotapes and try to pick out some choice ones, and also hopefully build up some money so that we can actually start working on the complex trap that is going to exist beyond that walk of faith. So see you in a few minutes, maybe a few hours, but see you soon nevertheless. And welcome back. As you can see, I've got a little bit of money here, and I've spent an awful lot of that money, but in addition to that, I've got all of this. Yes, the house has been fairly lucrative. Now, I can't remember exactly how I had the house set up the last time you saw it, but this is what I've been adding. I have been working out a system over here. Now, right now, it's just mostly wooden walls and nothing too expensive until I need it. We've got 2 new cats. Let me think of a name. You will be Sandy, my first ferret, and you shall be Holly, my second ferret. And we shall have a look around. Now, the way this is set up, there's going to be drawbridges there, powered trapdoors. There'll also be a powered trapdoor there. There will be a new dog in here, just as soon as I have enough money to purchase them. Possibly one in there. I'm not going to fill out the dogs in all of these locations just yet. But effectively, this will all be turned into fortified walls, just to dissuade people from burrowing around. Now, I've been playing around with the idea of having another dog there just to force you down this corridor with various openings so that you could make a wrong turn, but for now, I guess I'll just fill it in. And you may notice that I have moved things. In fact, I'll just go down there. I've moved our family around a little bit to make a little bit of extra room, and so that I can fortify these walls. Now, I'm going to walk you through what the system is meant to do. So, the idea at the beginning is this will be a powered pit, and to get across this, it's a simple. It's a little bit of a puzzle. Effectively, you need someone behind you. It's turned on to begin with. You step there, you turn off this grate, but that's passing power to the powered trapdoor. So this is now open and impassable. But the dog is right behind you. You step there, you're still fine. You step there into the pit, but the way that the game resolves moves is you move first, then all animals move next, then electronics are pulsed and settled into their final state, then the fate of your character and any live animals is worked out in your family and so on and so forth. So when you step here and the dog moves there, the pit will close underneath you so you'll be able to walk. And then you move onwards. This will be controlled by this cat. Now, down here we're going to have a dog in there, and it's going to be important because it will chase you, and it has to chase you. Otherwise, you'll lock yourself out. Now, I'll just quickly stand up here, and I'll go through what you need to do, and then you can see for yourselves what could go wrong with that. Coming along here, this dog will be locked in there. He won't be able to keep pace with you, but we need him in order to get across this trap. Now, you might be compelled to stand and step in that direction. That is not the correct way to go. If you go here, the cat will see you and will start racing off over there. That's why there are double windows. If you throw a brick, that counts as a move. So you open the door, the cat sees you, doesn't move. You take a turn to throw a brick, the cat will move. Take a turn to throw another brick, the cat is moved. Even if you chase after him, he will hit this. So that will lock this door and probably lead to your death when you're being chased down there by the dog, if you even get that far. What you should do instead is come here, move up, along, and then up. I may have another dog in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to fill all of these dead-end rooms with dogs, and then if I do, then as I play through the game, I can just move the vaults to a place where there's usually a dog, just to try and dissuade those who think they know the system. So you walk up here. You only need to stand there, really, and just dance around a little bit. And our dog here will move along, Emyr. Now, the problem is, if you haven't opened these doors, trying to do so will get you killed by Emyr. So what you want to do is, when Emyr is still locked in there, you come up here and you open these doors first, then down, then up and around, and you could go in here while there's no dog or whatever you want to do to get Emyr over there. Emyr will keep pace with you, so he'll be here when you stand there. Next, and he'll be one tile behind you, which is exactly what you need. That lets you live. Now, the only problem here is I need a way to stop Emyr from chasing us. That is a problem. If Emyr is close behind, we need to stop that. So, what I'm thinking is perhaps we have... let's think. We need some sort of power supply to send to this door, because we can't have Emyr catch us. So, let me think. So he's one behind there. He's there. So if we stood on a button here, I realize this is not particularly nice to look at, but it will at least do the job. We could have... Let's think now. I need a door here, you see. Because it's important that when you open this door, the cat sees you at that point. So I kind of need the wiring to go across here. So what I could do is... we could have... See, the cat's wire is coming down there, and that is what's posing the problem for us. This... I may need to get rid of this if that's the case, and I'll have to have a button there that'll... that will prevent Emyr from getting in. In fact, I could do that. I could have the button powered here instead of this room. But ideally, I wanted that room. We could instead have a room possibly there instead. Yeah, okay, we can do this. We'll do it like this instead. We'll have the power. See, that's still coming along. It would be nice if I could somehow have that working, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So I'll just go ahead and bite the bullet. We'll replace this. That is a shame. Maybe I can think of another way to keep that a part of the system, but I don't know. But the main part is a permanent switch there. So you step there, and that door closes behind you. Thus, Emyr is locked out. Otherwise, Emyr will be chasing you as you come down here, and it's very, very important that he's not, because we need to backtrack. The door there means that when you open this door, the cat has only just seen you. Otherwise, the cat will have seen you the moment you stand there, and that's not what we want. We want this to be very specifically timed. So when you open this door, the cat has seen you. If you move forward, the cat will move down. If you move there, the cat will move across. And at that point, anything you do will lock the cat inside. We want the cat to get to this side. Now, this is also placed in a way to make use of, again, metagame knowledge in a sense, that the game will always resolve, the cat will always try to move to a tile that is further away from you. If it has more than one tile that it can choose, it will choose them in the order of left, up, right, down, or left, down, right, up. But left is the one that it will prefer. So if we simply stood there, cat sees us, move down one, at that point it'll already have gone to the left. The moment it reaches this point, the next move we take, at this point, no matter what we do, because we can only go right, which would force it to the left anyway, even if we go backwards or forwards, it doesn't matter, it will always choose to go to the left. The only way to solve this particular puzzle is to step back. At that point, the cat will be there, and then step to the right, to the left. That will force the cat to resolve that to the right is the furthest away, and it will go in that direction. What we'll have in here is another dog. This is purely just to give you another timer. This is why this needs to be a sticky switch, because we have to move backwards, it would open the door up again. What we want is this dog just to chase you. It's also a kind of a double bluff in a way, because if the first time you come down here and you open this door, you'll see the dog, you're like, oh no, that's not the right way, and you'll walk down this way, and at that point you won't try to go back. And perhaps if you already know this system, because you somehow managed to get back out of it, or you come back here with another character, you might never open that door, thinking that instead you've got to try and get to this door, or some way you've got to try and influence the cat a different way. But the reality is you need to open this door, and that is going to force the dog to chase you. It's not really... The emphasis isn't really on the timer as much as the double bluff. So we come down there. The cat is hopefully locked in here. He's pressed this sticky switch. Again, a dead end room there. We might have another switch that you could press to lock the dog out if I make any sort of other deadly traps, because again, I don't like making any trap that requires my pet to die in the normal function of that trap. But now, if the cat has activated this switch, then there'll be 2 powered pits that will be closed, so you can walk on them safely. This will all be concrete at that point, so to even get to this point, if the power pit isn't open, you'd have to break your way through concrete or use a ladder. It would be extremely expensive. So you make your way around and up along there. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do up here. We have got a little bit of room to play with, but not very much. I could have something else happening down there, but for now, it's just a straight run then to the vault. Perhaps I could have the cat in some way react. In fact, I could make it a dog. That is actually a really good idea. Yes, that is a really good idea. Well, I can just get rid of that then, and instead, we'll use this. We'll put a pit there, so you can't step too close, and we'll have a dog just on that side, just waiting for you, and then he'll race off down there, and then head out to the side. We'll use the pit to dissuade someone from just simply walking over there. In fact, let's move this all just 1 tile further back, shall we? In fact, we can... no, let's not do anything up there. We can play around with a little bit of room up there, maybe move the safe around, perhaps have a button in the system that needs to be pressed. But for the time being, this should be good enough. We'll have a dog there. But we won't be placing that down just yet because money. So that is the system, and that is an elegant way to actually make use of this area as well, I think. So if you have disturbed the dog, it will be waiting for you when you try to leave. Perhaps we could have 2 dogs at this point. There's enough room for it. No, I kind of like just having 1. So we'll have another pit and another glass there. Or we could have 2 glass in the pit or something like that. The only problem with the dog is that someone could shoot it. It's not going to try and get away like a cat would. And that is a bit of a problem. The only other thing that I could do, perhaps, is to... We could have a cat that unlocks a powered door. Like if we had the vault there, for example, with wire moving across it to a wall that traditionally has a powered door to prevent anyone from getting too close, and this cat would need to somehow interrupt the power supply. We could do that, actually. That wouldn't be too hard. If we have the power supply at the very... see, if we have the power supply at the very top, the problem with that would be that the cat would... As we reach the top here, in order to get the Emyr to match pace with us, we would scare the cat back down and we'd switch the switch off. We need something that would interrupt the power supply instead. Perhaps if we simply move all of this across one. No, this is we've actually got very, very little space to work with here, and that is the problem. Perhaps if we put that there, the dog behind the vault, so it's not going to be released, but we're still in the same position here. Let me have a think. What we want is for this to break the circuit effectively. We could actually have this in front of the vault. That wouldn't be a problem, and you could just walk up along. Okay, yeah, that works. Let's move this over there. The reason why I want to do this is I'd like to have double thick walls. If I don't have that, then it's a little bit tricky. It's vulnerable to someone just breaking in at that point. So this is the system that we're going to be going with. Now, the only problem there is it would probably scamper off to the side. So we'd need a door. A door over there. And there we go. So we've got a cat back then. And that's how that'll do. Now, I'm just going to have to go ahead and sell some of this. We'll sell half of those and half of those, and we should have enough to cover it. I've actually got quite a lot of money. I'm probably going to be able to set up this whole system. I'm not going to be able to reinforce the walls, but the system should be possible. I might not be able to get the flooring, though. Let's go ahead and sell a little bit more. Sell half of these, and we'll sell the gun as well. Right, that should be enough. Let's see this. So we've got those there. This is just a way out. And up here, we'll have another one. Right there. And that should actually be all we need. Ah, yes, we need another dog. Right, the name for this dog. Let's think. I am starting to run low on names now. My goodness. This will be Petrie. After the bird from the land before time. Because my parents rescued a bird when it was... It was one of those birds that are really, really hard to hand rear because it had fallen out of its nest into our garden. There are lots of trees around our backyard, and it wasn't ready to fly. So the moment that my brother brought it into the house, the authorities pretty much wrote it off and said, well, it's not going to be taken back by its parents and you're not going to be able to raise it. But not accepting that, my mother spent the next couple of weeks getting up every couple of hours to hand feed it maggots. Not amazing, and clean its box, because you kept it in a box. And, yeah, named after Petrie from the land before time, because he was a flyer. He did actually survive and flew off eventually. It was quite emotional. But that should be all we need. So we've got a dog named Petrie. Wow. I'm going to reset this system because this is going to be a very dangerous system. We're going to set it up like this so I can actually see it in action. Set that up as well. And hopefully this is going to work. And then as I get money, I'll reinforce the walls. I'll reinforce the whole system. But Petrie, you're going to become a Chihuahua, which honestly is probably a little bit more fitting for you, really, considering what you were. You were a tiny little bird. And we'll also set Emyr up as a Chihuahua, because we're going to need to see you guys in action here. Now, hopefully this is going to work. I'm just double checking. making sure that I'm not going to doom myself if I do this wrong. The other thing I'm going to change is I'm going to change Yanto into a Chihuahua. I'm so sorry, Yanto. But I need to be able to get back through here if I must. So you're going to become a Chihuahua, and this is going to become a regular pressure plate, so I can walk back out if need be. But other than that, I think the whole system is now ready. So we're going to come in, go talk to Pixel. Pixel is going to set Yanto on us. We're going to run up here, around. Yanto's going to be right behind us. We'll come up this way. Send Honey off to activate the powered pits so that we don't die. In fact, I'm going to swap these powered pits as well for these lights. Come up here. Emyr shouldn't bother us at this point. Come around, up, dance a little bit. After opening these doors, must remember to do that. Then we'll be able to see if this works. We've just got to remember that this would normally be a grate, and actually I'll just change that. This would normally be a grate, and that would be a powered pit. So it needs to be on when I'm stood there and off when I'm stood there. That would just close. We're not going to worry about adding a dog in there just yet. We will, but for now I'm just going to test this system out. But I think that is pretty much all we're going to need to do. Okay. Well, wish me luck. Alright, first steps. We need to say hello to Pixel. Hello, Pixel. Say hello to Yanto. Hello, Yanto. Go up and around. Lock you away for a little bit. Come down here. We should be good. Yes, we are. And Honey is racing off in the right direction. Come around. There we go. Yanto is locked out. Now, these should stay on even when Emyr steps towards me. Yes, fantastic. Now, got to open these doors. Come around. Come up here. And dance a little bit. And back down. Very terrible dance. I'm not an amazing dancer, I've got to confess, as you can see there. Now, this should turn on when we step there. Okay, we're still alive. And that is now closed, so Yanto is not following us. Now, please don't kill me, Holly. Yep, okay, you've gone the right way. So this should now be okay for me. No. Oh, that's not good. Ah, I forgot to put the wire. Okay, well, I suspect that would work if I had actually put the bloody wire there. And the door is closed as it needs to be. All right, fantastic. But if I had worried you, you would have not actually done anything because I didn't set that up correctly. Ho, 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 ho. Just as well, really, isn't it, that I did this test because I wired that horribly. I am ashamed of myself. Right, let's head back. Hello, Yanto. Say hello to Emyr. Don't fight, don't fight. Neither of you can eat me, I'm too big. Right, okay. We want a wire down here. And we also want to make this a inverted voltage trigger switch. A voltage triggered inverted switch, rather. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. But I'm fairly confident that this system will work now. I mean, we already tested that, well, we could see easily enough that you would have set that off. The only thing we'd need to see... In fact, even when the door was open, you carried on straight up. So that should be fine. I'm actually content with this system. Those may be famous last words, but they're my famous last words, and I stand by them. So let's set this up. That should work. Everything about that looks right. Those should remain on. So all we need to do now is to add this there, add a powered door, a grill, and let's pop over here. Petrie, there you go. You are now a pit bull once again, you majestic beast. And no. We want powered pits so that they can kill me when I'm trying this out for real. And finally, we would like this to be a sticky switch. Not finally, don't worry, Yanto, I didn't forget. I almost did. But it would have easily been fixed. Okay, we are now ready for a live test. I'm just going to look over it once more, because I will cry if we lose this. Okay, I'm not going to look over it once more. If we lose this, it is because I can't look over it. In fact, I may be able to just come back and have a check. Is that closed? No? Okay. I'm not sure why these ones are staying closed normally, but okay. This is the moment of truth. Please be kind to me, Anto. And up. Okay, are we going to be alright? So far, so good. I mean, this bit I've done a few times before, so it should be working. But now we find out. Yes, we're still alive. How glad I am. Now, this is the way we want to go. We won't go in there because that is basically where death awaits, or will eventually. Now, are we going to survive? Ha-ha! Oh no! No! I'm going to have to undo this system. God damn it! I didn't even think of that. I thought it was... Emyr. Oh, Emyr, will you ever forgive me? I can't even get back. Oh, Emyr. Please forgive me. I am the worst kind of... there aren't even words for the type of person I am. I should actually kill myself at this point. I deserve it. Okay, well, I'm going to go back inside. I'm going to address that fatal flaw that shall not be allowed to stand. Even if it does mean the system has to be vulnerable in a certain way by having wooden walls, I am not going to let one of my dogs die. That is a no. But before we go, let's have a quick look. Any interesting ones in here? There were a few. There was at least one person, I think it was Stephen Richard Bachman, who I believe thought he knew his way around. Yes, he's going through the motions. There we go. He's checking everything out. He's going the right way. Everything is working for him so far. He is a happy, happy man. Going down there. Yes, yes, yes. No! Nom. Ha 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 ha. That was fun. I actually forget who it was who commented that is what happened to them. But one of my viewers has already claimed responsibility for this one, and in a sign of particularly good sportsmanship, doffed his cap and offered me tea and biscuits for my victory. I just hope that he didn't lose much to that death. I would feel bad. Alan David Colunga. Colunga? I'm not sure. But you left me a couple of things. Let's check out how you died. Oh, you died like that. Oh, never mind. No, you just clubbed him. Okay. Do you know your way around? No? Yes? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a moment. This is actually kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Ha-ha! You fool! And that's actually probably the first person who's fallen to that trap. So well done, you've christened that pit. It shall forever be the pit of Alan David Colunga. Only I'm going to forget your name. I'm terribly sorry, but that surname is not going to stick in my head. But that is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and whilst I try to ply Emyr with treats so that he forgives me, I shall wrap this episode up. Until next we meet, do take care.